What up, y'all? Welcome back to another episode of the Rolling the Bottom Podcast. I'm your host, Zach Moore. We are here currently live at Richmond Raceway in the Media Center. We're actually in their green room. Special thank you to NASCAR Communications people. They've been really lovely, really kind people, and appreciate them getting me a place to do this podcast. I mean, my podcast ain't anything big, but they go out of their way to help anyone. They really do take care of their media people, and it's really cool to be doing this. I don't want to spend too much long. I know the media center hours are till 1 a.m. Currently, it's 12:39 a.m., but there's other people that are going to be doing podcasts longer than this one will be. So in this podcast, we're going to talk about the meat and potatoes of both races, and then we're just going to, kind of wrap it up so we can so I can get out of here. I don't want to spend too much time here. Hopefully, it's I still want to make a decently large chunk of a podcast, half an hour. We'll see where it all goes. Um, Congratulations to Cory Heim, the Truck Series winner. Austin Dillon, the Cup Series winner. I know there was a late model, well-modified race this week as well. I forget the winner, though. It was on a Thursday night. Three races. The Truck Series race, guys. I mean, congratulations to Cory Heim. It was a battle between those two guys, Cory Heim and Ty Majeski. I think Heim was better on the short run. No, I would say no. He was better on the Heim was better on the short run. Majeski was better on the long run. You kind of saw those guys kind of swap leads during the race. Majeski now though won both of the stages though. He was just definitely the better overall truck because we had the long runs. We had a lot more long runs in the truck race. But it was also a strategy filled race. Tires were important. The regular season finale. Lots happened. A lot went on. What really killed this race for Ty Majeski pretty much was when he got in an accident due to his teammate Matt Craffen. I'm trying to see here where I can figure out where this. Yeah, it was 51 to go. Majeski got spun by Crafton. We were in turn 3 and 4. The reason I believe why that happened was because there was oil on the racetrack. I believe the 76 truck put oil down right in front of them. And that's what then led to that happening. Really disappointing for Majeski. It did lead to damage on his truck. Now, Majeski was still able to get up back to second, but I think it took a little bit of speed off his truck. Now, look, still good, though, for when it comes to the playoffs. In 2 weeks, they'll be racing at Darlington. It's still good, though, because I was worried about Majeski this year. Not worried. But Majeski's been fast this year, but he hasn't been consistently that. The speed's not there as much, like winning speed. He was good at IRP. He's won there the past 2 years before this year. Now Lane Riggs smoked the field. And what I will say is the Fords are really, really good on these short, flat ovals. Look, Phoenix is another short, flat oval. I'll be curious, man. I think Heim is, going to have an easy way into the Final Four because of how many playoff points he has. But I'm still not satisfied that Heim can go into Phoenix and win this championship. I think he deserves it. But the Fords are really showing me, the Fords in the Craftsman Truck Series are really showing me that they have that short track speed. Ben Rhodes did not make the playoffs. He missed out on the playoffs by 25 points to his teammate Jake Garcia. I think Ben was trying some different strategy, and untimely caution, I believe, got to cost him. I think there was a time there near the end of the race he needed to win the race. He just wasn't in a position to do that. First time that Jake Garcia, I don't even know how old Jake Garcia is, but he made the playoffs for ThorSport. I believe it's Ty Majeski and Jake Garcia are the only ones that made the playoffs for ThorSport. Kind of shocking to see Ben Rhodes, a guy who's two-time champion, just the past 2 years. I don't think he's made the playoffs the past 2 years. I could be wrong. He probably made it last year. I'm just forgetting about him. It's a little shocking. But I feel like ThorSport just hasn't been good this year, though. They have not shown that consistently winning speed. Now, there's only two Ford teams in the Craftsman Truck Series. I would say that Frontline Motorsports is bar none the best Ford team in the Craftsman Truck Series. I want to give a shout out to Caden Honeycutt. He finished 10th in this race. He was running top 5 in this race. listened to his post-race interview. I was there, got a sound bite. He felt like they should have ran top 5, with untimely cautions, strategy tires, restarts, just didn't work out that way. But to me, I think King Honeycutt is definitely capable. He's driving the 52 truck. He lost his ride 2 weeks ago to Nice Motorsports. It sounds like what I was hearing from the RTB Podcast, that was more of, it sounds like King Honeycutt's going to be going to Tricon Garage next year, full time. Sounds like he's taking over Cory Heim's ride. Cory Heim's going to go to the Cup Series. I don't know what's really going on there. But that's why Chevy didn't want to keep King Honeycutt, because he's going to be racing for the Toyota team next year. But, and now the fact that, Stuart Friesen got in a really serious dirt race accident didn't open up an opportunity for King Honeycutt to take this really good ride. I mean, the 52 truck is a really good truck. Stuart Friesen, he owns that team, I think, with someone else. And we saw what Christopher Bell could do in that truck at Walton's Glen. And we're seeing what a very young, talented 22-year-old of King Honeycutt can do. I asked about the chemistry of the team. He said it was really, really good. He is looking forward to the 3 tracks coming up. Darlington. It's Darlington, Bristol, and New Hampshire. He likes Bristol a lot. So I really do believe King Honeycutt, with what I've seen there, he's a guy I think you can watch out for a Final Four appearance. But that's all speculation. Now let's just talk about Cory Heim, though. 7th win of the season. He now secures his 2nd regular season championship. Let me see how many playoff points this guy has. Actually, yeah, he's plus 62 above the cut line. 62 points, man. And with his speed, I mean, he is going to, he's probably going to go, I don't know if he's won Darlington in the Truck Series or not, but he's going to be good at Darlington, man. I think you should put it down that Heim's going to be in the Final Four, but it's going to be a matter. I'm not even sure how to word this. It's just going to come down to see what kind of speed they can bring to Phoenix. But yeah, congrats to Heim. He's really good, guys. He's really, really good. I think he's now 7th all time, and he's tied for 7th all time in Craftsman Truck Series wins. That's big numbers. I'll be curious to know what the future for Heim is. After Truck Series, I really hope he gets that Truck Series win, because he deserves it. I hate that this playoff format just doesn't reward like that true consistency. It rewards your regular season champion, of course, but it doesn't reward like all these points that Heim's accumulating don't mean anything in the final race. They only mean so much till you get to Phoenix, man. I just hate. That's something I just wish that wasn't how it was. I know there's talks about it hopefully going to a 3-race championship, but we'll see there. Now overall, this Richmond race, guy, I thought was really good. I think it was a fun little battle. Ty Majeski was up there. I mean, your top 10. Let's go at your top 10 here. First, Cory Heim. 2nd, Ty Majeski. 3rd, Lane Riggs. 4th, Sammy Smith. 5th, Corey Joy. 6th, Giovanni Argiro. 7th, Jake Garcia. 8th, Ben Rhodes. 9th, Chandler Smith. And 10th, King Honeycutt. Look, man, Lane Riggs, Chandler Smith look really fast, look really good. They're going to be, I think, the top 4 team in the Craftsman Truck Series. You got to look at Tricon as always. And then when it comes to the Chevy side, I guess you got to look at Daniel Hemrick for Bill McAnally Racing to be the top Chevy guy. Corey Joy was in this race. I think, was at a time there. Maybe could have put himself in position to win. I know he led some laps, I believe. Never mind, he didn't lead any laps. What am I looking at here? Idiot. Second, Ty Majeski led the 2nd most laps, 143 laps. Cory Heim led 75 laps. So, I mean, Ty Majeski dominated this race. When he led almost shy of 250 lap race, he led 75% of it, and a little bit less than that. I don't know. I'm not a math guy, so couldn't give you exact. Now let's look at our playoff standings. It's official. Ron Chuckaruth. Well, really, if you look, in 4th, Daniel Hemrick is +8. Tyler Ingram is +7. Ty Majeski +7. Brent Infinger +4. Ron Chuckaruth +2, and then Kane Honeycutt -2, Jake Garcia -3. Um, That's a really hard decision of who I would think goes eliminated. I believe that Kane Honeycutt makes it to the next round. If I give you a 4, I think it'll be out. I think it's going to be Jake Garcia, Grant Enfinger, Daniel Hemrick, and Tyler Ingram. No, wait, oh, my bad. It's only 2 that get eliminated, so I'm an idiot. Okay. I'm thinking this is the Cup Series format. It's only 2 drivers that get eliminated. The 2 drivers that will get eliminated, I think it will be Kenny Honeycutt. No, not Kenny Honeycutt. Gosh, I would say it'd be Jake Garcia, and I would throw in that's a hard decision. I'm going to throw in Tyler Ingram. I think the experience of Grant Enfinger will help him through this first round. Tyler Ingram is younger, still makes a lot of those mistakes. I think it will hurt him. But that's just my opinion. Should be a fun round. I love Darlington. I love Bristol, and then New Hampshire. Short tracks, a mile and a half, Darlington, 1 out. It's going to be fun to see how it all plays out. Let me get some water here. Ooh. I also got to say, guys. Oh, frick. I just poured water on myself, guys. Oh, boy. This is bad. Just poured water on myself, guys. I gotta say, I'm a big fan of Aquafina. I'm a big fan of Aquafina water. Pocono Intermediate Center had Dasani water. I'm a bigger fan of Aquafina water. Geez, my mouth, my throat, yeah. But that is your Craftsman Truck Series race. I enjoyed it. It was fun. Interviewing drivers, staying out of my comfort zone. Now your Cup Series race, guys. Austin Dillon wins the Cookout 400. Led 107 laps, man. Look, man, we all know what happened last year. He wouldn't have won that race before that one caution came out. And then all heck broke loose. He wrecked Joey, wrecked Denny to win the race. NASCAR penalized him. Didn't get the playoff points for it. Still got the win, but didn't lock himself in the playoffs. He comes back a year later and just puts on a really good performance. Yeah, he led 107 laps with 400, but the team didn't make mistakes. He didn't make mistakes. And that's why they won this race. He did a great job managing tires. Tires were a big factor. He stayed on top of that. That wasn't a factor. That didn't affect him. The pit crew, good pit stops, kept him up there in the track position. He made passes. You can make passes, man. I would say I was a bit of a negative person towards Austin Dillon when he started out in the Cup Series because I didn't believe he was that good. It's kind of funny I'm saying that because he did win a Craftsman Truck Series Championship and a Swing Series Championship. I always looked at Austin as the guy who got a ride because of his grandfather owned a team. But now Austin Dillon is showing me that if you give him a proper car, he can win any race. He can do it. It was really cool listening to his media press conference. He's up there with his son. His son was telling jokes, man. I like Austin Dillon a lot, actually. He's a really humble guy. He also broke his ribs before Iowa and raced with a broken. He raced 3 races so far: Iowa, Martinsville, and Richmond with a broken rib, and he won with a broken rib. Hey, man, I don't know. I have to look at Austin Dillon's stats, but I think Austin Dillon can definitely do something. You never know with the playoffs, man. Usually the first round's about surviving and not making mistakes. If the 3 team can bring a performance like this into the first round, they can easily move on. Not saying easily, but they can move on. Now, look, the thing is that RCR hasn't been able to bring that consistent speed. And that's why a lot of fans get frustrated with. We look at Kyle Busch. I mean, he was a no-show in this race. Where did Kyle Busch finish? He was really fast in practice. I think he had the fastest 5-lap average, 10-lap average, 15-lap average, and 25-lap average. He was also the fastest in 1-lap average or 1 lap. But where did he finish today? He finished 16th. I mean, I thought he was going to qualify better. He didn't qualify well. He was talking about how his car was wrecking loose and stuff. So the 3 team figured something out here in Richmond, but it can't translate that to the 8 team. So The 18's got some work to do. And look, Kyle almost won Daytona last year. So I think they're going to definitely be capable of doing it. I think the 3 is going to be committed to the 8. So that'll be fun to see how that all plays out. But yeah, really congrats to Austin Dillon. He earned this one. It's cool to see. It was cool to see him with his son. I definitely have a change of. I got to see a different side of Austin Dillon. And like, look, when I was negative towards Austin Dillon, I was a young fan. I was a fan. Now I have a different look at it. So again, really congrats to Austin Dillon. Bass Pro Shops back in victory lane too. Cool scheme, sold out crowd, man. Yeah, just really congrats to Austin Dillon. I mean, tires, guys. Everyone talking about tires in this race. I think you gotta give credit to Goodyear. They brought a freaking great tire. I mean, we had comers and goers, pits. I mean, it felt like every 50 laps we were pitting. So many pit stops that we saw mistakes. That's where Bubba Wallace made mistakes. We saw Kyle Busch make mistakes. We saw Christopher Bell make mistakes. Chase Elliott made mistakes. Now, they weren't all with the tire, but like pit road penalties cost a lot of drivers that I haven't even mentioned a good day. I mean, we can look at Bubba Wallace, for instance. He was just as good as the 3. I believe he was leading, or I think he was leading or second at the time in terms of pit road. And the 23 team has a terrible bad pit stop. They thought they got the tire tight. They didn't. He pulls out his pit stall. The wheel comes off. Bubba rolls into the 19 pit box. They actually pit the car for Bubba, so he didn't lose too much time. I'm not even sure Bubba Wallace's pit crew members will get suspended because the wheel never fell off on the racetrack. I'm not sure how that all works, but that's still a penalty for Bubba because you can't pit outside the box. But that really killed Bubba. I mean, Bubba was having a great run. Tyler Reddick was also having a great run. He was up there too. 2011 swept the stages. And then guess what happens to Tyler Reddick? I think this was in stage 2. Daniel Schwartz just runs to the back of the 54, trying to use the bumper. Well, what ends up happening there is then Ty goes and shoots up the track into the 45, when the 45, I think, was leading at the time. I think he was leading, or he just came off pit road. There was some damage on the 45 front end. I saw later in the race the 45 showed some displeasure to the 99. I never got sound bites from the 45 and the 99. I got sound bites from Alex Bowman, Ryan Blaney, and Austin Cindric. But yeah, man, there was a lot of missed opportunities here for guys to get wins. I mean, we could have saw Tyler Reddick get his first win of the season, get both 2011 cars a win. But instead, it didn't work out for them. And Austin Dillon, I mean, look, Austin Dillon, you got to give credit to him again. They put a perfect race together. Tire wear mattered. And tire wear mattered, but it didn't affect, Dillon. Dillon still had the speed. They put a great race together. Look, it's kind of crazy. Like, Alex Bowman had a great run here. This is Alex Bowman's first top 5 finish at Richmond. But guess what now? Alex is now in the 16th spot. I think he's plus 60, I believe, above the 17th spot. But if a new winner below him wins, he's out. So like, Alex had a great run, but it's almost like a loss. That's why, if you ain't first or last, that's kind of goes well with Alex, man. It's sad for Alex because, that's a good run. A great run for Alex. A perfect execution day. And you're still walking away and kind of disappointed. I guess Alex, the crew chief, they were a little bit mad that some of the lap cars didn't really give Alex favors, kind of raced him hard if they just, should let Alex go by and try to chase down the 3. Because I think he was a little bit, his tires, I think, were a little bit better. Because he wasn't like 3.5 seconds. He got down to 2.5, and he kind of stayed at that 2.5. I was watching there. So Alex was a little upset with the way some of the guys raced, and I get that. Alex wants to win, and just comes up short today, but still a good run. It just, he's still going to have to try to find a way to hopefully survive Daytona. Hopefully not a new winner, but it's gonna be wild at Daytona with, Busch needs to win. All RFK. I mean, look at RFK, guys. RFK has had a great season. I mean, Ryan Preece has put an incredible season together. Chris Buescher, both guys that should make the playoffs, but they're all out. And really, only one of those guys is going to be guaranteed to make it in there. Same thing with Bragoslawski. He had a terrible start in the season, but he's turning around, and we really thought, I think I don't know when it is, but Brad was really good at Iowa, and we thought, he's been really good at Richmond. You thought maybe he'd be even better at Richmond, and he was. It was probably a little bit worse. I don't know if that was just strategy, execution. It was hard to keep up with the race with how much strategy was going on. That's the thing hard for me to try to keep up with. I can put on my notes that, okay, this guy pinned it in this lap, this guy pinned it here, but then it's like, that stage one we saw guys, pit within first three laps, but they put their pit road or put their qualifying scuffs on, so they had a little bit of wear in them. So, and I'm not sure if anyone, I'm not sure if anyone during that pit road sequence put their fresh pair on, fresh four tires. So there's a lot of that. We saw a lot of two-stop strategies in stage three. I know we saw Carson Hocevar do a three-stop strategy. You had comers and goers, different strategy, man. Yeah, this tire, guys, I already said it, I think, in this podcast, but fans are wanting tire wear, right? NASCAR doesn't want to add horsepower. They don't want to make any different changes to the car. Well, tires are the one thing that we can continue to work on. I think that you've found something here. But tires have been very inconsistent for NASCAR. It's like almost like we see Bristol last year, 2024. It's like it's the cooler temperatures. We got a lot of wear. Then this year was a little bit warmer, and we had no wear. So I don't know if this tire is going to wear like this because it's Richmond. Is it a temperature thing? I don't know. But man, this tire was awesome. I love these tires, man. I love these freaking tires. I want more of these tires in the short tracks because it sounded like the drivers asked, Cindric and Blaney if it was easier to pass, and they seemed like they didn't really give me a definite yes, but it did seem like they could move around more. They weren't just stuck to the bottom and in the wake of the cars. It did seem like these tires, when they wore, you were able to move around, and that's what you want. You want cars to not be able to move around and try to find the speed and find the clean air as well. There was a massive crash on stage. What was it? Yeah, stage two. Big wreck. It was on lap 199. Only car that got taken out of it was Chase Elliott. But it all started when Kyle Busch got in the back of the 19. 19 slides up the racetrack, and then cars are trying to miss somebody. What was it? The 11, the 40, the 11, the 10, the 9, the 8, the 7, the 6, the 1, the 43, the 41, the 24, the 19. Bunch of cars. It was like a big pile. It was almost like a Talladega type wreck, but not as many cars got super torn up in it. A couple, a little bit of fender bender type stuff, right? A little bit of scuffing here and there. The only car that got destroyed was the 9, but that was because Kyle, survived the wreck, got kind of through the wreck, but then he comes down the racetrack, and Elliott's kind of coming up with the flow of the track, and he gets clipped, gets rear end in turn 4, and gets head-on damage. He was okay though, but I don't really know. Eric, I personally think it's more of a racing deal, a bad timing for everyone. You can't just pinpoint that one on Kyle. You can maybe say, the spotter, there's some smoke. It was a bad situation. And that's kind of Chase Elliott getting that wreck. That's what wrapped up the regular season championship. William Byron, your regular season championship. That'll be 15 playoff points, man. William Byron, man, he's not won as much as you would think that he should be. He should be winning because he's been a lot of close calls. Field strategy hasn't worked out. Just things haven't worked out for him. But he's still going to come home as your regular season champion and bring on 15 additional playoff points. I'm not surprised, man. He's a consistent guy. I also believe with Chase Elliott wrecking in this race, Chase Elliott, before last weekend's race at Watkins-Glen, had a streak from Daytona to Watkins-Glen that he finished inside the top 20. That streak ended. Also, Chase Elliott had a streak going where he only was off the lead lap he only finished the race with. Chase Elliott was also on a streak where he only finished one race a lap down. Well, that streak ended today as well. Now, I guess he finished a race 2 laps down. I'm not exactly sure with those exact stats, but that was what I was hearing. Yeah, guys, this was a good race, guys. I thought this was a good race. I'm going to vote yes. I think this is one of the best races of the year. We saw side-by-side racing with Richmond. Well, with Richmond. But we saw side-by-side racing with Ryan Blaney and Austin Dillon, man. It was spectacular. It was awesome. Side-by-side, side drafting. Oh my goodness, man. It was awesome, guys. It was a sold-out crowd, guys. 50-something thousand, man. Um, this was a great weekend for NASCAR. You know, everyone talks so bad about the racing at Richmond, the car, the tires, everything. I think this weekend was really good. The truck race was good. The cup race was good. Packed crowd. The weather was nice. Now, I know it was a little humid for fans, but it was. I think this was a great weekend for NASCAR. Well, modified tour. A lot of storylines, good storylines came out this weekend, and that's great for NASCAR. Um, let's look at our running order here, finishing order. Austin Dillon first, second Alex Bowman, third Ryan Blaney, fourth Joey Logano, and fifth Austin Cindric. Three Team Penske cars in the top five. All Penske cars finished in the top five. Great run for those guys. That tells you, man, these short tracks. Phoenix is a short track, low bank. That right there should let you know that if a Penske car gets to Phoenix, they're going to be scary, scary, good, scary, hard to beat. If I can speak correctly. Kyle Larson, good day for him, 6. Daniel Suarez, 2 top 10s in a row for Daniel Suarez. I know the 45 was mad at Suarez for pretty much causing that wreck that took Suarez's contention out. But 2 top 10s for Suarez. This is good for Suarez because he needs to find a new ride, and this is going to help his chances of finding a new ride. Josh Berry's 8th, 9th, Brad Keselowski. We talked about how Brad had a solid car, but maybe didn't have the speed. Denny Hamlin finishes 10th. He was right up there in stage 1, battling for the lead. Their pit crew just did not execute well today. A lot of slow stops that cost track position. I know he hit the wall, battling Reddick for the lead there in stage 1. Denny believed it was a towing issue, but I guess the team said the towing was not really affecting anything. So I don't know there. Just a solid day, though. Still a top 10 day, but maybe a day that could have gone better. Maybe a day that could have led into another win. Zane Smith, great run for Zane Smith, 11th. 12th, William Byron. William Byron's your regular season champion. Congrats to him. He'll get to enjoy Daytona, I guess. Daytona's not a track you can really enjoy at your 3x3, 200 miles an hour. Not sure what's much to enjoy there. I'd be pretty tensed up there. 13th, Chase Briscoe. 14th, Shane Van Gisbergen. This ties Shane Van Gisberen's best finish on an oval. The Coke 600, he finished 14th. Finishes 14th here. Shane, man, he's getting better, guys, at these ovals. I don't know if he'll ever get to a level where he is a contender on the ovals. Only way I see Shane winning on an oval is through strategy or unlucky caution that favors him. But look, this tells you that he is getting better on those ovals. 15, Carson Oselar. He tried a free stop strategy at the end and just didn't really work out for him. We talk about Kyle Busch. Kyle Busch just didn't have a car. You look at his teammate, Austin Dillon, really dominant, led a bunch of laps. Busch was the kind of opposite. The car wasn't handling right, a lot of frustration. It's kind of weird. You would think that at all the cars that would be struggling at RCR, you would think it'd be the 8. But it seems like it's a lot more. Well, you would think it'd be the 3, but it's the 8. And that's not a good sign for. And I feel bad for Kyle Busch, man. I know a lot of fans are frustrated with the way they feel like RCR just isn't bringing Busch the race cars he needs. I think they believe in Busch's ability, but just doesn't have the speed, man. We keep moving on here. 17th, Michael McDowell. 18th, Ty Gibbs. 19th, Ross Chastain. 20th, Ty Dillon. 21st, Christopher Bell. I'll keep rolling by here. Bill Wallace finishes 28th, right? Had that issue on pit road where he pitted, had a loose wheel. The wheel actually rolled to the 19 pit box, where the 19 pit box then put the wheel back on. And Busch and Wallace, didn't really save him time. because he still got a penalty for putting outside the box. But I guess he might have, I think, saved his crew members from getting suspended a couple races for that loose wheel. Heim, 29th. Chris Buescher, 30th. I don't know what happened to Chris Buescher. I forget where he qualified. Oh, he qualified 11th. And I don't know if it was strategy or just didn't have the speed. He won here in 2023 and was irrelevant. So a bit of a shock. 31st, Riley Herbst. 32nd, Cody Ware. 33rd, Jason Love. 34th, Tyler Reck. We already talked about Tyler Reck. Jeez, guys. Tyler Reck finished 34th and Ryan Preece 35th. Ryan Preece, man, was in contention. He was the pole center. What happened to Ryan Preece and what happened to Tyler Reck? I don't know what happened. Rennick led 41 laps. Preece led 60. Man, 2 good days gone by. I know what happened to Rennick. He got damaged. I don't know what happened to Preece. I know Preece was the first one to pit in stage 2 and tried some different strategy, and that didn't really work out for him. He got passed and just lost a ton of track position. I mean, dude, tires were such a big deal that, like, there was only so much you were going to do to save your tires enough to not get passed. Because, I think the only, like, really good battle we saw side-by-side battle was the 3 and the 12. Because it felt like the way the strategy worked is, like, most of the time that second place guy that was passing the first place guy had a massive tire advantage. It felt like it wasn't even much of a battle. It was just, I'm driving right by you. See you later. But it was nice to see drivers actually, like, be able to pass the guy and not have to worry about dirty air. It was beautiful to see, guys. 37 Justin Haley, and then Chase Elliott, like we talked about, was in an accident due to Kyle Busch clipping him. Just a kind of racing deal, I felt like there. And we look at the playoff standings with 1 race left. So we have 14 different winners locked in. 2 spots technically open, but really there's only 1 spot really open, I guess. Now I did see that Alex Bowman technically is only within, I guess he's 29 points. Yeah, I guess Alex Bowman has to score 29 more points than Rennick does, I guess. I don't know how. There's still a chance that Alex Bowman can point himself in. Like, I guess if Tyler Rennick does wreck out and then Alex Bowman can get stage points, then there's still a chance Alex can flip-flop Rennick. So that's going to be an interesting battle, but really, it's going to come down to Buschers. RK is going to work well. I bet you RCR is going to work well together. It's, Front Row Motorsports is fast at Daytona, man. It's going to be insane at Daytona, as always. That's why NASCAR had it on this part of the track. So I cannot wait, guys. Now, the only thing is the Super Speedway package has not been too great. It's a lot of fuel saving. 3 wide. And NASCAR hasn't really made much changes to it. I know they're adding a new 8-post flap to the car to help trying to keep the cars on the ground. So we'll see how that looks and what that looks like on the car. So all I know, guys, is it's going to be one heck of a show at Daytona. But I cannot wait for it. Well, guys, that's podcast. I don't even know how long this has been. Overall, guys, I've had an incredible time at Richmond. Second time covering a race weekend. I will be back in 2 weeks. I'm going to Darlington. I'm covering the Southern 500, round 3 of media member time. I mean, I love this, guys. I got out of my comfort zone this weekend. Was able to ask a lot of questions to drivers. Man, it felt really good. It was all on the fly. I didn't write anything down. I was just, whatever my brain was thinking of that sounded good, I was asking. And I think I really got out of my comfort zone. It was cool checking out the drivers' meeting. I gotta say, guys, it was kind of funny. So after the drivers' meeting, this isn't really a story. Nothing really was made from all this, but the drivers' meeting's over. I go into the bathroom. I go in the big stall area. And I take a number 1, right? Well, then all of a sudden, here comes Joey Logano. And he goes into regular stand-up stalls, right? I don't know what you call that. And we're literally both taking a number 1 at the same time. Who would have thought I'd be taking a number 1 at the same time as Joey freaking Logano? He's a 3-time champ. Who would have thought? I didn't say a word to him because I'm like, what am I going to say to Joey Logano? Good luck? I mean, I don't know, he's not, you don't got time for a conversation because he was trying to get out of that bathroom. Now, I will say that Joey Logano, you did wash your hands. So he didn't just run out and say, screw wash your hands. Because after he did washed his hands and all that, he was going to go out there and sign autographs and ride the carpet. So shout out to the guy. That was kind of a surreal moment. Also, a couple of fans did come up and say hi to me. One of the pit crew guys for Denny Hamlin says he loves my videos. I think I know who he was. I know he was with Legacy Winter Club, and he's one of the guys that took over one of the spots for one of the guys that got injured for 11 or something. So really cool, guys. Yeah, guys, this was a great weekend. I cannot wait to do it again in Darlington. Really pretty cool. I'm in the green room filming a podcast, man. So really awesome, guys. I'm excited for Darlington. Looking forward to this rest of the weekend. Stay tuned to all the content. I'm looking forward to getting out of here, head back, get some sleep, head home, back to Pennsylvania, guys. So overall, guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next weekend for another podcast. Love y'all. Bye.